Ladies and gentlemen, you see the same outfit. Yes, it is the same day, but we made sure we bring you a very special with Miss Khanyi Mbau in the Hizze. The first actual question I have is, do you believe our looks are part of our identity?
The looks that we create become a part of our identity. You need to understand that. We are born a certain way, but then we're given the creativity of our minds to envision what we would like to look like. And then what we create is then what becomes our identity. You get girls that make it their mission to have natural hair because they want to look natural. That's the look that they want to represent. You have women such as myself that would process hair, put color in hair because I want to be seen in this way. I don't want my identity to then forcefully put me to being African. I want my look to be global enough that makes you want to inquire. Who are you? What are you? Where are you from? That's what I want. I like the sense of mystery that makes you need to talk to me to get to know me. I don't want to walk into a room and already you're like, she's Rasta, she's vegan. A girl in Detroit might have a style that I want and I'm gonna do it. And it does not mean I don't like being black. I'm black mentally, but physically, my body and mind and soul, I'm global because it's the access I have. Why must I be exposed if I'm not going to explore it? Why don't we close the world and the internet? Keep us here and we don't know anything. Keep us primitive, if that's how it should be.
You said something that made me like, he asked if Mandla looked rich, and you said no, he looked dark. And I was like, how do those relate to each other?
Because dark is a fascination I have about men. If you look at the men I've dated, I don't date light guys. I've never dated light guys. So for me, you don't have to be rich. If you're dark first, that's the first box.
But do you associate darkness with poverty or like not being rich?
No, he didn't look poor.
But why did you say dark?
Did he look rich for you to realize it? And I said, no, he looked dark. All the guys, they were always dark. Dennis was the only light guy. Every guy I've ever dated was always dark.
Babe, I'm gonna, when we edit this, I'm gonna play the clip because now,
play
it.
He was dark, but dark is not poverty.
You said no, he didn't look rich. He was dark, and
he was dark, and I called him a dark stallion. I was like, with his darkness and
you said that after when you were like when he was punishing you the penthouse. You said stallion. I said, hi, this girl. I'm gonna find that clip.
The thing is, you're trying to find what problem Khanyi has with darkness. And I don't have an issue with darkness. It's just I choose not to be dark. But I have no issue with someone being dark. And I think that's the argument that South Africans are trying to figure out or get out of me. I have no issue with someone being dark. Guys, my daughter's darker than me. She is my real skin color. It does not mean I have an issue with it. It's my choice to be light.
It is what it is.
We take inspiration from each other. But when it happens in Africa, it's a big problem. Why? Because we're used to being captive and told we can't do what we want. Guys, we're no longer slaves. We're free.
I've thought very long and hard about how I would address this personally. And for me, guys, it hurts. And I needed this conversation, and I probably need more, but it hurts to grow up in a country where you don't belong anywhere. And I've never said it hurts more or less than someone else's. I've never said that it justifies any actions. No, I'm just expressing to you what, from the age of 4 or 5 until now, what I've had to deal with, what I've had to defend, what I've had to fight for. Calling myself the real Black Pearl is not an accident. Calling myself Mama Panther, the Black Panther, is not an accident. Having a tattoo that has a pearl that is black, for me, is not an accident because I've had to remind people over and over again what my identity is so that there is no mistake of who and what I am. What I look like then is for people to decide. How I've benefited from what I look like, I did not sign up for. I can't be the punching bag for how you were treated for not looking like me. I can't. I refuse to be your punching bag for looking the way that I do and for the privileges that I might have. I've never said I didn't have privileges. I just said, do not delegitimize my career. Don't say I'm not talented, all I have is light skin. Just say I'm not talented. It's fine. I don't care you're not paying my bills, you're not hiring me, you're asking for the industry to be opened up. What do I care? But the issue for me is taking my skin and your anger and directing it towards me repeatedly because I'm the one who chose to stand up for myself and not allow people to say I am nothing without the way that I look. That's not the case. And I'm exhausted of this conversation, and I'm willing to have it in a healthy manner. And I do believe colorism exists. And I don't like the way that dark women and dark people in general have been treated in the past. And I fought against that since I was a child because I could see what was happening. So I can get into that at another time, another day. But I just want to make it clear from today going forward that colorism is trash. I think it's terrible, and I think that it should be condemned. But I don't think it's an excuse to take light-skinned people and bash them and accuse them of having nothing but their light skin, and that's why they are where they are. Yes, there are privileges, but let's also look around and see who's giving those privileges to them and why those privileges exist in the first place. You can't take those people because they're easy to abuse and they are in your community and they are accessible and say, yeah, vele ngoba ulight skin, vele ngoba umpofu cabanga ukuthi ungcono. No, let's go back to the source of why we have an identity crisis and why we look different and why we are the way we are and how we got to this place when we're supposed to be on the same side as a country and as a people and as a race. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We are on the same side. I'm not the enemy. I can't change how I look. And if I did, you'd still be mad. So let me live my life, live yours. I've worked very hard for what I have. And if my light skin is gonna help me feed my kids and that's what you wanna believe, then you know what? Believe what you need to believe. But I'm really exhausted.
Pearl, I'm so sorry that you feel this way, but certain battles need you to heal. You need to heal. You need to let them pass. You need to let go. The world has evolved. I know you talking about what people went through. They've gone through it. There's a reason. And you know who you are. Even if I had to say you got a job because you were taller than me, many people at SAA in the past didn't get work because they were short. And it still didn't stop their drive. Look, SAA today is taking anyone. And for the success that you've got, you're an international brand now. Your show is in so many countries. People speak to you in different languages on social media because they know you. You shouldn't be crying about this.